He pointed his knife straight at it. I could hear his breathing in the video. I knew whose house that was. The shape, the lighting, the surrounding area, it was clear at this point. It was my house.
Got all the vibes, yeah, I got all the vibes. I can't let you run, a nigga can't let you run. This rock star life got me on another high. It's fucking with my mind, all these drugs on my mind. I got all the vibes, yeah, I got all the vibes. I can't let you run, a nigga can't let you run. This rock star life got me on another high. It's fucking with my mind, all these drugs on my mind. Getting to the back.
Good, Dark Knight Gang in this thing, gang. Today I'm about to react to a video from my YouTube channel titled Chilling Scares. This video is titled 2 True Creepy TikTok. Yo, I am faded. Let me take these glasses off. I'm tripping. Alright, there we go. This video is titled 2 True Creepy TikTok Horror Stories. Y'all requested it. Don't trip. You know I got y'all. I'm ready to watch this. I'm ready to react to this. As you can tell, I have the shades on, so you know what that means. Yeah, I'm on Mars. Let's enjoy ourselves. A little horror story really quick for tonight. You know, Halloween is coming up, so yeah, time to get in the mode, you feel me? Let's hop into this video. Shout out to the gang. I love y'all. Y'all my boys. Any women that's watching this, you already know. Baby girl, I love you too. Let's watch this. Let's enjoy this together. Let's go.
I'm certain you've all heard of the app known as TikTok. It's a place where anyone can go and lip sync to any song they want or make any short video they want. And I'm personally a huge fan of the app. Now, when I say I'm a fan, I don't exactly mean that in the traditional sense of the word. You see, what I like to do is make fun of other people on the app. A little rude, I know, but I think it's funny. I find TikTok videos that I deem cringy, and I duet with them. I've acquired a pretty decent fan base doing this. Nothing of consequence ever came out of it.
They tell the story from the first person view. So the person who's telling the story is basically a TikTok star. We're listening to a story from someone. I don't know if they're like a huge TikTok star, but you just heard them. They have a pretty decent fan base. So, all right.
Anyway, I was sitting at home one night.
Let's see what
listening
happened.
to the wind outside the windows.
It's interesting.
It was raining that night, so I tried flipping my laptop open in an attempt to distract me from the noise. I signed into my email account and noticed there was a new message. Curious, I clicked on it. The message hadn't come from any address I recognized. From the title, it appeared the message was from a fan of my TikTok account. It said something along the lines of how he's a huge fan of my account and that he likes my style of content. He also went on to state that he had a TikTok account of his own with videos of him reacting to my videos, followed by his username so I could check him out. I laughed and opened my phone, readying the TikTok app. I was gonna have fun with this guy. I wanted to see how cringy his videos were to me. Hell, I'd maybe even make a reaction to his duet. There were no limitations on how I could mess with people on TikTok.
Okay.
Anyway, I found his account and I watched his videos. Sure enough, there he was, reacting to one of mine. I couldn't see his face, as it was covered by some old, creepy doll mask. He reacted to me duetting with the kid who was doing a popular TikTok trend at the time. I laughed a bit, thinking it was pretty funny. I then moved on to the next video, where things suddenly became a bit more disturbing. He now stood in a dark room, watching another video of me. This time, he didn't move. He just stared into the camera, watching me. This was extremely disturbing, and when the video ended, I felt a sense of dread. Who was this man, and what did he want? I moved on to the next video, desperate to find out.
So a video of just him in a dark room just staring at a video of her like, ooh.
There he was, reacting to my video as usual. However, he wasn't looking at the camera. There was now a table in the room, and on it sat a knife. He wiped it with a white cloth, and then proceeded to sharpen the blade. He looked up at the camera and wagged the weapon around in the air. He then placed a finger over where the lips were on the baby mask he was wearing, and the video abruptly ended.
I'm sorry, I'm so faded. I need to take that out, yo. I need to take that out. That was too embarrassing. That was so corny. I'm sorry, I need to take it out.
There were only 2 videos left, and my curiosity had peaked. Summoning all the courage within me, I clicked on the second to last video. The setting was extremely dark. It was no longer a duet video. I listened closely and heard what sounded like a crunching of twigs and the rustling of leaves. I squinted at the video, trying to discern where he was. I simply couldn't, and soon the sound of rain overcame any audio within the video. The final post was apparently uploaded a few minutes ago, and within it contained the most disturbing thing imaginable. There was more and more rustling, and the rain grew more persistent. I watched in terror as the camera found itself focused on what appeared to be a house in the distance, illuminated by its porch light. He pointed his knife straight at it. I could hear his breathing in the video. I knew whose house that was. The shape, the lighting, the surrounding area, it was clear at this point. It was my house. I instantly closed TikTok and called the police. The police came minutes later, but they couldn't find anyone. When I went to show them the videos the guy made on TikTok showing my house, I noticed the account was deleted. Nothing has happened since, but this whole experience still scares me to this day. I no longer use TikTok solely because of this experience, and I don't ever plan on re-downloading it in the near future.
That's creepy. I would have been creeped out. Called the police. Police didn't do nothing. Now what? You know you got a stalker out there that knows where you live, bro. What you gonna do? You feel me?
To give you some context, I'm a 14-year-old girl, and ever since I downloaded TikTok, me and my friends would always make dancing videos for our TikTok accounts. One day, we were hanging out at the mall, and we were all doing a popular TikTok dance at the time in front of my phone that was recording. After we were done, I pick up my phone and watch the TikTok. In the video, I noticed a guy in the background. He looked to be about our age, maybe slightly older. Keep in mind, we were in a public setting, so it wasn't uncommon to get stares from people passing by. Though, this guy wasn't walking by. He was more so standing still and sort of blankly staring at us. We all noticed him, and one of my friends jokingly makes fun of him for being creepy. All in all, we thought nothing of it. I looked behind to see if he was still there, but he was gone. A couple weeks go by, and I get a direct message from a guy named Greg on TikTok. The message said, "Hey, just noticed I was in your latest TikTok. I feel honored." Curious, I clicked on his profile and noticed that, sure enough, it was the guy who was staring at us in the background of my TikTok video. We sort of went about chatting, and I actually found him pretty funny. A couple days go past, and he asked me for my Snapchat. We text some more in messages, and eventually he asked me to go out to get coffee sometime. He was pretty good looking, to be honest, so I accepted. The day comes, and we meet at Starbucks. When I see him, I immediately notice he's extremely nervous. For example, when I asked him how he was doing, he just kind of replied with one-word answers, and he kept acting like this for the entire date. I decided to break the ice by telling him he was pretty smooth over text, to which he replies his older brother helps him out with girls. Then he just kind of falls flat again. There were a lot of long silent pauses, and it was kind of starting to get a little awkward for me. I felt bad for him, but at the same time I didn't know what to say. Eventually, he excuses himself to use the restroom. That's when I start to hear faint banging coming from the men's restroom. It was like something banging on the wall over and over. Now, the Starbucks was decently empty, so I'm 90% sure the banging came from him.
He banging his head?
Banging then stopped, and a couple minutes later, Greg comes out. I noticed his forehead was red. Was he banging his head against the wall?
This dude's
That's when I decide something's off about him. I tell him I need to head home and made up some dumb excuse. We told each other goodbye, and I left. As soon as I get home and get on my phone, I see a bunch of notifications coming from TikTok. So I open the app and see that he's liked all of my TikTok posts. All the likes came from about 30 minutes ago, meaning he was probably liking my pictures when he was in the restroom, given that I didn't see him on his phone when he was with me. This creeps me out. I don't know what to think. Then, I open my messages on Snapchat, and he tells me he had a really great time talking to me. This was obviously out of place for him to say, because he barely said a word. Something was definitely fishy about this whole thing. The way he was texting did not match how he was in real life. Either he's just super shy in person, or his brother is giving all the hints on how to text. I decide to leave him on red. Immediately after though, he messages me asking if I had just left him on red. I decided not to open the message so as not to escalate things, but that's when things got disturbing. A couple minutes later, I get a strange message from him saying, "Why are you making me do this?" I instantly replied to this message asking him doing what and if he was okay. From that, I didn't get any response from Greg anymore. At this point, I was a little concerned. I was thinking back to the fact that he might have been banging his head out of frustration when we were at Starbucks. I decided to call him, but no answer. I had no way of reaching him, and I didn't know where he lived, so I was stuck. I regret leaving him on red, but figured he's probably fine, and just doing this to get a response.
Nah,
The
he had a
message
concussion
was also
too. He was
ambiguous,
tripping.
so it was unclear whether it implied self-harm or not. Either way, there was nothing I could do to reach him, so I just decided to let it go and hopefully wait for a response the day after. The next morning, I checked Snapchat and noticed he had left me on red. I was relieved now that he was either over me leaving him on red or just making a point. A couple weeks passed, and things were pretty uneventful. That was until one night. It was around 11 p.m., and I was staying up late studying in my room. I was really thirsty, so I decided to go downstairs to get some water. As I'm in the kitchen, I get my drink and get ready to head back up the stairs. That's when I hear a chair move from outside the deck. It's a noise I recognize because I hear it all the time when my parents are moving the outside deck chairs. But this time, it was really sudden and loud. I decided to go investigate, as maybe a deer or something hit one of the chairs and were making their way in my backyard. I open the sliding glass door to the deck area and look around. It's pitch black, so I can barely make out the chairs. I decided to turn on the lights, and that's when I see it. It was Greg's face hidden in the bushes. I get a mini heart attack, but in the moment I somehow froze and sort of looked to the side so that he didn't notice me, realize he was there hiding. I look around for a couple more seconds to make it seem like I didn't see anything unusual before turning the lights back off, going back inside and locking the door behind me. I somehow managed to make it look like I calmly got my drink from the kitchen counter and went back to my room. I lock my bedroom door and immediately call 911. The operator tells me that they'll send a police car on the way. I know all the doors downstairs are locked, but just in case while I'm waiting, I try to listen as carefully as I can to any noise coming from outside or downstairs. Minutes later, I could hear police sirens. They were able to find Greg. Upon talking with them, they said they found him in the backyard trying to escape by climbing the fence before getting tased for not cooperating with the cops.
And what was
He
his
was apparently
excuse
placed
for
in some
being
sort
there?
of mental institution to get help. I'm glad Greg now receives the help he needs, but most importantly that me and my family made it out safe, as I'm convinced Greg didn't have good intentions that night.
Yeah. All right, bro. I basically gave my reaction throughout, but let's talk about that last one, man. See, that's the risk that you take with trying to date, like on apps and stuff. But that's how we all meet each other. But yeah, that's creepy, man. And she was only 14 years old. This dude outside her house and stuff, bro. Hey, be careful out there. People crazy. And I'm one of those people. Shout out to the gang. See y'all next time. Peace.
Got all the vibes. Yeah, I got all the vibes. I can't let you